Sorry to keep you. Here, use this.
ありがとう。
Akari shot me an odd stare as I handed her the towel I'd borrowed from the janitor's supply closet.
ねえ、ケイスケ。服の下も拭きたいんだけど。
I'm sure you'll catch a cold if you stay that way.
だから、その。今すぐ後ろを向きなさい。
Okay. It wasn't long after that we decided to make a quick stop back at the dorms. We'd eventually have to part ways, as the boys' and girls' dorms were separate, but I'd escort her until we reached that point. Even so. Hey, are you trying to put some space between us or something?
だって近くに来られたら下着見られちゃうし。
Oh, that made sense. I was a little slow on the uptake today, but there was a world of difference between seeing something on accident and being shown it deliberately. Someone else could see your underwear if you get too far away from me, though. Are you really okay with that?
それは嫌だけど、わかったわ。なら、もう少しだけ近くに寄りなさい。
Great, I'd like that.
その代わりこっち見ないでね。反対側を向きなさい。
Hahaha, got it. We'll be there soon, so you only have to put up with me for a little while longer. Akari hung her head and quietly grumbled over my comment. I couldn't tell if she was being shy or just embarrassed. Either way, her bashful behavior was incredibly adorable. A short while later, we arrived in front of the girls' bamboo dorm where Akari lived. When we did,
ああ、お兄ちゃん。あかりちゃんもおはようございます。朝から変態を見ることになるとはな。今日は薬日だ。
each member of the trio greeted us in their own unique way. It looked like they had finished cleaning too.
あら、あかりちゃん、服が濡れてますけど、どうかしたんですか？これはその。よく見たら下着まで濡れ濡れですね。そういうプレイですか？どういうプレイですか？ちょっとお兄ちゃん、あかりさんと何があったの？正直に答えなさい。
Wait, this was all just a misunderstanding. A bunch of stuff happened, and I got to see some ripe peaches, that's all.
美味しそうな桃って。あかりちゃんのお胸のことですね。あかりちゃん、隠れ巨乳さんですから。先輩、何を言い出すんですか？胸が大きいからってなんだ？そんなものがあっても生活の邪魔だ。贅沢は敵だ。ちょっと、どうしてクレハまで絡んでくるのよ。あら、あかりちゃんの携帯が鳴っていますよ。あ、カナからだ。はい、もしもし。
It looked like her call was anything but pleasant. After 2 or 3 short replies, Akari's face suddenly turned serious.
わかった。すぐ行くわ。
What's wrong?
ごめん、休養ができたわ。午前中は休むって先生に伝えておいて。
Hey! Before I had a chance to stop her, Akari bolted toward her dorm room.
あら、私のも。皆さん、ちょっと失礼しますね。
This time it was Senpai's phone that rang. She answered it in a secretive fashion.
何があったんだろうね。
An Oni may have appeared.
鬼？
Aoi, I've got a favor to ask. Will you hear me out?
オッケー、お仕事のお話だね。葵ちゃんに何でもお任せ。
The phone call to Akari was the spark that turned the once peaceful morning tense. All the while, Kureha quietly watched us from the sidelines. Akari, Sakagami-san, and the others finally showed up before the end of third period. Telling the school it was a Family-related issues seemed to solve everything, as they freely walked into class with innocent looks on their faces. Even when their classmates asked them what had happened.
ごめんなさい。家の都合でちょっとね。
A generic response, something was definitely up, as they didn't seem to want the general public to know. That could only mean one thing.
お兄ちゃんの言う通り、偽裏から予告状が届いたみたいだよ。
Figured. Atta girl, Aoi. A simple request to investigate Akari and the others' movements, and she brought me precise intel. Aoi's innate cheerfulness allowed her to blend in with ease, so she was adept at gathering gossip and other information. She'd also gone so far as to plant wiretaps and the like to learn people's secrets, but that was scary, so I never asked her about it. In any event, Aoi was basically a mini-Ura and my reliable partner.
どうやら偽浦さんは今日の23時に西園寺家の秘宝を奪いに来るみたいだよ。場所は指定されてなかったらしいけど。
That suggests Senpai's primary residence, the Pine Dorms, will be targeted. The location was probably omitted, so they'd have to split their defenses in half. You could call it caution on the fake Ura's part, but it seems more like a lack of confidence.
自分に自信がない？
Yeah, if it were me, I'd totally list the location on my notice. I'd steal the treasure in a grand fashion while toying with the guards that were sitting around waiting for me. That's what being a phantom thief is all about.
なるほど。怪盗にも矜持があるんだね。
Yeah, basically. Well, I could at least appreciate the notion that they were taking this seriously and not running away from a fight. To top it all off, I now knew that my adversary wasn't just doing this for shits and giggles, nor was it some punk trying to play a prank as a phantom thief. I'd like a little more information. It's not going to amount to much of a stakeout if we don't find out what mystic treasure is in the Sionji family's possession and where it is.
じゃあ、私は乙女さんに張り付いて、それとなく情報を聞き出してみるよ。
In that case, I'll see what info I can get out of Akari and the others. They may have something on the fake Ura.
了解です。
Aoi shot me a quick salute and clunked her way down the hall. However, she seemed to have remembered something, turned around, and came right back over.
忘れてた。今朝は忙しくて渡せなかったけど。はい、これ。お昼のお弁当だよ。
Oh, thank you. What's in it today?
今日のおかずはカレー風味の肉じゃがだよ。たくさん食べて栄養つけてね。
Thanks. You scored some great intel too. You're a lifesaver.
お兄ちゃんのためだもん。じゃあ、また後でね。
Yeah.
お兄ちゃんに褒められた。
As I watched Aoi skip off down the hall, I took my lunchbox in one hand and my flask in the other. I was looking forward to my lunch, but the contents of the flask enticed me just as much. It was filled with some brand name Yukino Sakura's sake. Alright, when lunchtime hits, I'm drinking. Alright, time for lunch. The bell rang and class ended. Right then, booze, booze! Time to drink like there's no tomorrow. Or so I'd have liked, but first I needed to get in touch with Akari and the others and work them for information. Booze could come afterward.
2年 B 組の吉備宮あかりさん、ご自宅からお電話です。至急職員室へおいでください。
熊吉、あなたも来て。
わかった。
After being called over the announcement, Akari tried to leave class with Kumakichi in tow. But I couldn't let that happen. One way or another, I had to get information out of her before she took refuge in the staff room. Her? Just as I was about to take a step toward her, Sakagami-san appeared before me. Was she trying to get in my way? I'd make like Kintaro and take her on in a sumo match if I had to. Say, could I get you to step aside for me? I just had to take hold of her waist, turn her diagonally, and move her outside of the ring, so to speak. Ah, she got away. Well, it wasn't like she gave me the slip, but she ran off before I could even lift a finger. Sorry, but it's time for my finishing move.
なぜ決まり手を私にかけようと。
Gahaha, you stood in my way, so it's time for you to go. Please don't think too poorly of me.
わかりました。消えます。探さないでください。
Wait, I'm really sorry. I was just teasing. Crap, it seemed Sakagami-san couldn't take a joke. I needed to just take things slow and interact with her normally. So, did you need something?
はいそのこれからお時間よろしいでしょうか。
I can't. I'm really sorry. I'll listen to whatever you have to say, so please don't cry.
はい実はその浦部さんとご一緒にお弁当を食べたいなと思いまして。
Lunch?
お天気もいいですし屋上に行きませんか。先輩にもお声をおかけしたんですよ。
Senpai's going too, huh? Chasing after Akari and Kumakichi grew less feasible by the minute. Perhaps it was better to ask Senpai about the mystic treasures instead. Besides, I did promise Akari I'd try to get along with Sakagami-san. I had better just behave and agree for the time being.
どうでしょうか。
Sure, if that's all it is, then I'd really like that.
よかったです。
I gave her a quick nod and a sense of relief washed over her entire frame. Why did she invite me though? Did she have a crush on me or something? Hey Sakagami-san, why the sudden invite?
それはその同じ委員会だからですけど。
Ah yeah, I guess we are. That would only make sense.
何かおかしかったでしょうか。
No, not at all. I just got ahead of myself. I guess you could call it an embarrassing misunderstanding. Yeah, that made sense. There were limits to how self-conscious you could be. Sakagami-san appeared to be an old-fashioned girl through and through, so there was no way she'd fall for a guy like me with such a sketchy past, right?
それでその
Shall we? When you say rooftop, I assume you are referring to the roof of the school gate.
はい。
The flustered Sakagami-san nodded and chased after me, purse in hand. However, she made sure to maintain her distance and kept me at arm's reach. I hope to someday close this gap between us. Ah, what a great view!
そうですね。
Upon our arrival, oxygen flooded my lungs as I took a big, deep breath and basked in the soothing rays of sunlight that quickly encased my body. This spot was perfect. I'd happily drink here any time, any day.
ケイスケくん、かなちゃん。
Hello, senpai. Sorry to intrude.
はいどうぞどうぞ。
Senpai was sitting on a picnic blanket and enjoying her lunch with her brother, Tamahiko-sensei, beside her.
ほう乙女とのランチを邪魔するとはいい度胸だな浦部
No, Sakagami-san invited me to lunch. You're actually disturbing us, sensei.
乙女の作った弁当今日うまいな
Come on, you seriously need to learn how to listen when other people are talking. Man, was this guy really a teacher? He was supposed to be our committee's advisor, but he had been conveniently absent the day before.
それでは私たちもいただきましょうか。
Sure, time to dig in. Sakagami-san took a seat a short distance away from me and retrieved her lunchbox from her purse. Her lunchbox, well, oblong and tiny, contained an authentic Japanese meal, including grilled salmon, an omelette, and the like that perfectly fit my impression of her. Your lunch looks amazing. Do you make it yourself?
ああ、いえ、私は家事が苦手でして、これはうちに通ってる板前さんが作ってくれたんです。
You've got a chef at home? Your family must be loaded.
あ、自慢してるわけではなくて。
Oh, sorry, I know. I was just a little surprised is all.
はい。
I must have hit a nerve as she fell silent and kept her eyes firmly glued on her food. She placed a small amount of rice on her vermilion chopsticks and brought it to her tiny mouth. She reminded me of a hamster. How cute!
ケイスケ君のお弁当は葵ちゃんの手作りなんですか？
She did. It may look a little goofy, but it's got a great flavor.
確かに美味しそうな匂いがしますね。カレー風味の肉じゃがですか。
Your lunch looks homemade too. Did you make it?
はい。毎朝お兄様の分も一緒に作っているんですよ。
あいうえだ。
Between their identical lunches and seemingly ordinary sibling relationship, I couldn't help but feel a little jealous. Incidentally, their Western-themed lunch included items like crab cream croquettes, shrimp shumai, and fried shrimp. I wondered why there was an abundance of shrimp and crab. Was that intentional?
よかったらお一ついかがですか？
Are you sure?
はい。その代わり肉じゃがを一口くださいな。
Sure, take as much as you want. Talk about unexpected side dish swapping time. This was a total dream. Alright, what should I eat then? Hey sensei, you're on the way.
邪魔しているんだから当たり前だろう。
But why are you in my way?
知れたこと。お前に食べさせる弁当はないからだ。よって乙女の弁当はすべて俺がいただく。
Hey! Ah! Before I could even finish my thought, Sensei greedily stuffed Senpai's lunch into his mouth. So immature. Is that how an adult is supposed to act?
大変です。明日はもっとたくさん作ってきますね。
その必要はない。浦部には妹が作った弁当があるからな。浦部はよくできた兄だと聞いている。まさか家族の愛を拒んだりはすまい。
Gah. It dawned on me that he was trying his damnedest to eliminate any man who got anywhere near his sister. He was either overprotective or just an asshole with a little sister complex.
ごめんなさい。あげられるものがなくなってしまいましたね。
There isn't much you can do about that now. I'll manage with the lunch Aoi made me. Don't get me wrong, Aoi's lunch was really good. In fact, she made it the same way Mom used to and hit all of my tastes to a T. The only issue I had with it was its appearance. She had placed the nikujaga right next to the dessert and stuffed the rice balls in like she was playing Tetris. Overall, the presentation was quite poor. Meals were meant to be savored by both your tongue and eyes. There was a wall you couldn't overcome with flavor alone. Compared to Senpai or Sakagami-san's, Aoi's lunchbox looks pretty disappointing.
お兄ちゃんのバカ！
Gah, Aoi! When did you get here?
どうせ私のお弁当はみすぼらしいですよーだ。実の妹を泣かせるとはひどい兄もいたものだ。この腐るけど。
Like Aoi, Sumiyoshi-tan showed up unannounced and proceeded to throw insults at me. When had I become public enemy number 1? Did Senpai invite you guys too?
乙女さんがみんなで一緒に食べた方が美味しいからって。ですが、お二人ともお弁当を持っていらっしゃらないようですけど。 実はくーちゃんがお昼抜くって言うから私のを半分あげたの。おかげでお腹ペコペコだよ。人を悪者扱いするな。私は別にいらないと言ったんだぞ。それなのにお前が無理やり食べさせたんじゃないか。しかも人前であんな恥ずかしい真似までさせて。あーんってしただけじゃない。全然恥ずかしくないよ。十分恥ずかしいわ。
Hahaha, for all your grumbling, you actually didn't get enough to eat, did you? Want to eat mine too?
誰がお前の食べかけなど。そんなものを食べたら兵隊菌が移るだろ。
You act like you hate the idea, but your body says otherwise. Hmm?
いやらしい言い方をするな、この兵隊。
Now, just calm down. How about one of the octopus-shaped wieners? I haven't touched this one with my chopsticks yet, so no worries.
待て、一つ言わせてもらうか。それはタコではない。花をかたどったものだろ。どっちも違うよ。これはウサギさんだよ。それは
No
ない。
way.
ハモられた。
The wieners were so far from rabbits in shape that Sumiyoshi and I reacted in unison. I'd never seen a bunny with 8 legs before. So, are you going to eat this creature or what?
いらないと言うなら食べてやってもいいか。
Okay, I'm full, so help yourself. Don't be shy.
仕方ないな。
She sounded proud of herself for some reason, then took a toothpick out of her pocket and pricked the meaty creature before plopping it into her mouth.
どう？くーちゃん、普通だ。だが悪くない味だな。でしょでしょ。そのウサギさんウインナー。だからそれは違う。これは花形エイリアンだ。異論は認める。くーちゃんの意地悪。
With tears in her eyes, Aoi landed a flurry of blows on Sumiyoshi's shoulder, who chewed on her food with a blank expression. They made friends awfully fast. Friendship sure was beautiful. Things couldn't stay this carefree forever though. I needed to focus on my mission. By the way, senpai, did something happen with your family? Well, you got that phone call this morning, right? I was just wondering what that was about.
何もない。今朝の電話も俺が乙女を呼び出しただけだ。
Oh, calling her for what?
家のことだ。部外者であるお前には関係ない。
お兄様、そんな言い方をしなくても。
I'm sorry if that was weird of me to ask.
いいえ、そんなことありません。心配してくださってすごく嬉しかったですよ。確かに家の方が少々騒がしいですが、それもじきに収まります。
Are you sure everything is really okay? Maybe it would be better if you headed home.
いえ、私が家にいても足手まといになるだけですから。それに私はみんなとの何でもない時間を大切にしたいんです。たとえこの身に何が起きようとも、その生き方は変えたくありません。そのためにみんなには苦労をかけてしまいますけどね。
With that, Senpai turned her eyes to Sakagami-san and Sensei. The former shyly looked down to hide her face, while the latter shut his eyes behind his sunglasses. Now it made sense. This must have been why out of the Sakagami siblings only Kana had joined Akari. This lunchtime meeting probably doubled as protection for Senpai. Senpai was trying to lead a carefree school life while the fake Ura was targeting the Sayonji family's mystic treasure. She may have begged her family for permission. It seemed unlikely that someone as overprotective as Sensei would allow it otherwise. I assumed it would be easy to get information out of Senpai due to her kind demeanor, but it appeared conventional methods would not be enough.
みんなやってるわね。あかりちゃん、兄様。
The rooftop door suddenly slid open. Akari and Kumakichi, who had been called to the staff room, appeared on the scene. In the end, I wasn't able to extract any information. I guess the one fruit of my efforts was learning this group's dispositions. Hey Akari, got everything taken care of?
まあね。今、あかりって。
Yeah, we agreed to call each other by our first names from now on. Isn't that right, Akari?
無駄に名前呼ばないでってば。恥ずかしいじゃない。
ほほう。ではあかりはケイスケを名前で呼んでいるのかね。あの奥手なお嬢様が。
うるさいわね。余計なこと言わないの。
What's wrong, Sakagami-san?
いえ、なんでもありません。
ダメだよカナ。何かあるならきちんと言葉にしないと。人は超能力者じゃないんだからね。
浦部さん、私のことも
Her face blushed bright red as she fidgeted in place and gazed up at me. So cute! Wait, now I understood what was going on. Oh, that's right. Sakagami-san, would it be okay if I called you Kana from now on? It would be easier to differentiate you from Kumakichi that way too.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Sakagami-san. Kana bashfully smiled at my proposal. Super cute. In that case, I'm looking forward to working with you, Kana.
よろしくお願いします。ケイスケさん、
Oh.
どうしました？
Oh, the way you said my name just now kind of made me feel a little shy too.
変ですか？
Not at all. I'm happy, Kana. Ah, she ran away? Does she hate me now?
あれは照れてるのよ。ね、かな？ノーコメントです。
Sakagami-san? That is, Kana replied and hid her face behind her lunchbox. I couldn't get over how cute her reactions were.
お兄ちゃんがみんなと仲良くなっていく。ちょっと複雑。
ちなみに僕のことは美しい熊吉お坊ちゃまと呼んでくれて構わないからね、ムシュン。
Yup yup, har har.
クマは逆立ちしてもクマだ。それ以下でもそれ以上はない。
僕のピークはここですか？あとは下がる一方なんですか？
As for you, Otome-senpai, I'll keep calling you senpai.
はい。ケイスケくんはケイスケくんですよ。
軽く無視された。
I ignored Kumakichi and gave Sumiyoshi a long, hard stare. This girl was the one I'd have the most problems with. Hey, Kureha.
気安く名前を呼ぶな。
Thought so.
私のことは住吉と呼べ。葵のようにクーちゃんなんて呼んだらその舌を抜いて肉屋に売り飛ばすぞ。
What the heck? You and Aoi refer to each other by name. Let me use your name too, Kutan.
クータン言うな。舌とタンでうまいこと言ったつもりか。
I wasn't trying to, Ku-meow.
クーニャ。あ、ときめいた。誰がときめくか。もういい。お前がその気なら私はお前のことを変態と呼び続けてやる。卒業後も変態というあだ名で呼ばれ続け、同窓会で軽く落ち込むがいい。このエターナルハンカチ変態マン。
Ku.
やだー。あ、待ってクーニャン。だからクーニャン言うな。
Ku-meow. Or rather, Kureha ran off with tears welling up in her eyes, and Aoi rushed after her. This uneventful time, as Senpai called it, really had passed by rather uneventfully.